All right, here's our philosophy on the run, and I'm not going to go through the whole scenario with it. I've said it for years. The run philosophy and the pass, I should say pass as well, numbers, angles, and grass. What do I mean by numbers? Anybody tell me? When I say run and throw with the numbers, what's that mean? That's right. You got more people than they got. In other words, if you're going to throw the football, okay, you got two wideouts out here and they got one defender, one flat player, that's where you're going to throw it. If they got two defenders out there and you got two wideouts and the safety over top, they're 3 over 2. Those aren't good numbers to throw it at. Same way in a box. If you run a spread, you're 4 wide, they got 5 in a box, you got numbers to run it. They got 6 in a box, you can still run it if you're running zone read. If you got 7 in a box and you run, say you're 4 wide, 2 by 2 or 3 by 1, you got 7 in a box, that's cover 0, you got to throw the ball. You ain't got no numbers to run it. The only run you can run is speed option, that's a little dangerous, so you got to throw the ball. So don't beat yourself up or run and throw the numbers. Now if you add a guy in a box, in other words, if you're not 4 wide, but you're 3 wide receivers and a tight end, if you add a number, they add a number. So now if they got 8 in a box, you better throw it. If they got 7, you can run it, but it's got to be a zone read. If it's 6 in a box, we can run anything you want. You can man on man. Does that make sense to you? So I think so many times you beat your head about it, but the first principle is run and throw with the numbers. The second principle is angles. What I mean by that is angles. All right, let's say again we're going spread. You go 2 by 2 wide guys out here, 2 out here, 2 out there, quarterback at the back of the backfield, 5 linemen. All right, and they got an even front. Us, it's even front, it's an odd front, it's a bare front. It's one of those 3. It's even, odd, or bare. It ain't all other stuff is window dressing. Even, odd, or bare. If it's an even front, you got 4 down linemen. All right. If they got a 1-3 technique over here and a 1 technique over here, and they got 2 5s, which is what a lot of teams will have in even front, I'd rather run to a 1 and a 5 than I would to a 3 and a 5 because you got better angles. It's easier to block down on a 1 and block out on a 5 than it is to reach or scoop a 3 technique. So you want to run your run plays. If everything's equal, defensively it's perfectly balanced, the angles are better to a 1 than it is to a 3. Does that make sense to you? So run and throw with the numbers. If the angles you'd rather run to a 1 than you would to a 3. And then the last thing is grass. All right, in the NFL, that's not an issue because the hash marks are everything's in the middle of the field because the hash marks are in here. They may be moving it out. I heard in the new rules. In college, ours are 20, so you still can have teams that play you from the field or the boundary with an extra guy to the field and all that. In high school, I do believe it's still 17, isn't it? So in high school, you truly have a wide side and a short side. So if it's all equal, say the numbers are the same, the angles are the same, they're an odd front and everything is balanced, then go to the wide side. You got more grass. So that's the order of which we think both run and pass.